Millions of people take prescription sleep aids, and like any drug, they can come with side effects. But one popular prescription has made more than a few headlines for what some say are some very strange side effects. Joining us now, attorney Susan Chana Lask from New York to talk more about what's happening to some people when they take certain drugs. And we're talking about Ambien and the so-called Ambien zombies. Susan, good morning.
Hi, how are you? I can't see you.
I'm doing very well. Hey, listen, we wanted to ask you, because I know that you've dealt with a lot of folks who have had some of these bizarre behaviors from taking Ambien. What are some of the things, before we talk about what's been done, what are some of the things that you heard that people said that happened to them because they were taking the drug?
Well, it's more that we know. People get in their car and they drive on Ambien. They're half awake and half asleep. So I call them Ambien zombies. They drive into people's houses, cause damage. One lady shaved her legs with a razor almost to the bone, just shaved her skin off and was bloodied. Wakes up the next morning, her husband finds blood all over the place. People gorge themselves at night and have no idea and wake up in the morning with food all over the place, which is really bad for diabetics, which actually happened to those people. And the worst part is, and about the diabetics, by the way, they're going into the refrigerator eating sugary foods and things like that that they shouldn't be eating, and harming themselves even more. The worst thing that I've been finding out lately is something I call sleep suicide. And sleep suicides are people are taking Ambien and walking off the roofs of their condos and their houses to their deaths. And that's the worst thing that's happening right now. Or people shooting themselves, taking a gun in their house and shooting themselves. There's no suicide note ever in these sleep suicides, and it's always Ambien that they take when this happens. There's never a sign of a problem with these people. We have people that are do very well off, have over $100,000 jobs, insurance salespeople, walk right off a roof and fall to their death.
Yeah, it's certainly tragic behavior that's going on. Susan, I know that you helped to file a class action lawsuit a few years back on behalf of some of these folks. That was dropped because of some changes that were made to the labels of the drug. Did that satisfy you at that point, and are we in a better place now than we were a few years ago?
I stopped that case, just as you said, because we got the warnings, and that's what I wanted. And on top of the warnings, the FDA made Sanofi-Aventis, the makers of Ambien, also contact almost every physician in the United States and tell them about these complex sleep behaviors that are actually happening with the Ambien zombies. And no, it didn't satisfy. The problem is still going. I saw a significant increase in the complaints that my office has received from people, but there are still people that take Ambien thinking that it's safe, and they're at risk, and they commit suicide, so to speak. That's what the police will call it. But they're really, jumping to their deaths on Ambien, not knowing what happened. So no, it didn't satisfy the problem at all, and somebody's got to do something about this drug, and I get a lot of calls about that.
All right, unfortunately, we're going to have to leave it there. Susan Chana Lask from New York joining us this morning to give a little more insight into this. Susan, thanks so much for joining us. Sanofi-Aventis, the company that makes Ambien, says the company is aware that sleepwalking or driving while not fully awake might occur in people who have taken Ambien. It says it's committed to patient health and safety. The potential side effects from Ambien are explained on the package inserts.